The future of a new community swim facility was the topic of a joint Scottsbluff Board of Ed and Scottsbluff City Council meeting Monday night. KNEB.TV News starts right now.
From your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming, this is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, a community aquatics facility, be it a new building or a renovated splash arena, will need full community involvement and a stable funding source. That was the message Monday night during a joint meeting of the Scottsbluff School Board and City Council, along with a detailed presentation of an in-depth study of the issue by the Scottsbluff YMCA. Representing the Y was Zach Karp, who told the combined groups all pools in the area are aging significantly, and the current state of aquatic facilities just don't convey the same sense of civic pride as the recently renovated high schools in Scottsbluff and Gering.
In some ways, it can have a perception of poor community facility stewardship to our citizens. So a new facility can not just attract new citizens to the area, but also just kind of reinforce that we do care about these facilities and we understand the upkeep that's necessary. Also, a facility like this is really a multi-generational and family-oriented activity that promotes health.
Karp said with costs for a new facility between $13 and $15 million and $7 to $9 million for the renovation of the splash, the effort will need to be a public-private partnership involving schools in both communities, both city councils, the county, WNCC, and others. He said the Y, with their support of their community partners, could champion an LB 357 half-cent sales tax increase to help with the funding, but they would ask that half of the proceeds be dedicated to make the project feasible. Scottsbluff Mayor Jeannie Merrigan said the subject of putting the issue before voters in an upcoming primary or general election would likely become an agenda item within the next 30 days. Well, a Tuesday morning structure fire kept firefighters from both Scottsbluff and Gering busy as they tried to prevent the blaze from spreading to nearby homes. Around 9 a.m., crews were dispatched to the 1600 block of Bluff View Drive in Gering for a porch fire. Firefighters were able to prevent the blaze from spreading to the porch and shed and had it contained within about an hour. As of broadcast time, the cause of the fire was not immediately known or an estimated damage amount. Well, coming up after the break, temperatures will fall in the coming days. Steve Kjos in with your Tuesday evening forecast right after this on KNEB.TV News.
At Platte Valley Bank, we believe it shouldn't cost you money to access your money. That's why we offer free ATMs anytime, anywhere. Whether you are across town or traveling abroad, there won't be an added expense to access the funds in your Platte Valley Bank account. Free ATMs are just one of the great benefits of banking with us. Stop by to talk to one of our friendly associates to discuss what else Platte Valley Bank has to offer.
This is KNEB.TV weather from the KNEB Storm Center, your trusted source for weather.
And good evening. I'm Steve Kjos with a look at KNEB.TV weather. We had high temps today, mainly in the 40s, some low 50s in some areas today. Got a little bit windy today in areas with winds in some spots gusting up around and over 30 miles per hour. Some lower clouds beginning to make their way into southeast Wyoming as a low pressure system from the Pacific Northwest. It's making its way southward and eastward into the region today and throughout the day tomorrow. Weather models, most are showing the system stalling over the Great Basin region. That'll cause impacts to southeast Wyoming and areas of western Nebraska through the remainder of the week. By early evening, temps may hold in the 40s, but overnight lows will drop down into the 30s, even some upper 20-degree readings overnight into early tomorrow morning. And then by about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, temperatures should rebound to about 30 degrees, but overall, throughout the remainder of the week, wet weather and much chillier. There are winter weather advisories posted for some areas of southeast Wyoming, winter storm warnings in effect as well. We'll talk about those here in a moment. That normal low temperature we hit right on the mark for the overnight and early morning temperature reading this morning, 31 the normal, and the low was 31. The high yesterday was 50. Temperatures today in some spots were even a little bit chillier than that. That high mark of 50 yesterday falls a little bit shy of the normal high. Record high for this date for Scotts Bluff, pretty hot day back in 1898, 91 degrees. Well, the record low, mighty chilly for this time of year, 2 below zero. That was set back in that cool period back in 1997, I should say, back in that cold period back in the very late 90s. If we look at that map now, there are those winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings posted for areas of southeast Wyoming. Those will be in effect starting at 6 o'clock tomorrow evening, Wednesday evening, will be in effect until 6 o'clock on Friday evening. Winter weather advisory areas shaded there in purple. The pink color is winter storm warnings for those parts of far west Laramie County into Albany and parts of Carbon County, mainly in the higher elevations. Again, all of that in effect for that part of southeast Wyoming, starting at 6 tomorrow evening, in effect until 6 o'clock on Friday evening. It's likely, or at least possible, that the Weather Service in Cheyenne could be issuing at least winter weather advisories for many areas of southeast Wyoming, even areas of the Panhandle and western Nebraska. This could happen. Those could be issued by the Weather Service by maybe Thursday morning through Friday. We'll wait and see for that. Well, as we move on, we look at current temperatures around the region now. Some of those colder readings in the higher elevations of Wyoming, some upper 30s, even Laramie reporting a 32-degree reading. Around areas of Nebraska, temperatures 40s and some 50s at this hour. Kimball at 44, 48 at Scotts Bluff, Torrington 44, Shadron 46, Alliance 46. The winds have settled down maybe a little bit. Winds in all areas were not as strong as they've been the past couple, 2 or 3 days, but we have had gusts at times around 25 to 30 in some spots. The winds are starting to taper a little bit now and will gradually diminish even further later in the evening. Forecast lows for tonight, pretty chilly, 20s. You see up in Lusk, Wyoming, 21 degrees, the forecast low. For Scotts Bluff, forecast low at 26 degrees. Could get down to 24 at Kimball and at Sydney. Forecast highs tomorrow, close to what they were today, maybe a touch cooler, with highs staying mainly in the 40s. Some areas might not even get to 40 degrees. So Lusk 38, Cheyenne forecast at 39 for us. Precipitation around the area, the amounts will vary somewhat, maybe a little less in far south Panhandle areas. Scotts Bluff, the forecast over the next 30 hours, the liquid amount of precip forecast at 900s, maybe more in areas of Wyoming. Same for snowfall around areas of the Panhandle. Lesser amounts until later in the week when that system draws closer into the Panhandle. Areas of east-southeast Wyoming may see more, especially in higher elevations of the mountains of southern Wyoming. In those winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings posted for many of those areas of southern Wyoming by 6 o'clock on Wednesday, in effect till 6 p.m. on Friday. and advisories could be issued for areas of the Panhandle by later in the week. There's the forecast low for tonight, with a chance of some snow showers. Rain and or snow showers developing late could provide a dusting of snow to areas of the Panhandle, some areas, by tomorrow morning. The overnight low, as winds diminish, will drop to about 26 degrees. And then tomorrow, with a 20% chance of precip, the greater chance for areas of rain and or snow a little bit later in the week for areas of the Panhandle. Tomorrow's highs will reach to about 44 degrees. A 7-day forecast, there it is, with the higher chance of precip in the Panhandle. On Thursday and Friday, a 20% chance tomorrow, maybe a light dusting of snow or some rain showers, with those highs in the mid-40s on Wednesday, cooling down to upper 30s and low 40s for Thursday and Friday, with that greater chance for rain and snow mixing in, maybe some sunshine returning by the weekend. The temperatures not warming up all that much. 40s on Saturday, may reach the mid-50s on Sunday, and then we're turning a little bit cooler for Monday, then back into the low 50s on Tuesday, with a lesser chance of precipitation throughout that forecast a little further along. That is an update on our weather forecast here for now. For KNEB.TV meteorologist Bill Boyer, I'm Steve Kjos.
At 21st Century Equipment, we're proud to introduce the new Build Your Own tool. Build the John Deere you've been wanting and see how affordable it really is. Visit 21stcenturyequipment.net to build your own compact utility tractor, mower, or gator. It's easy to add implements, attachments, and view financing options. Build the exact tractor for your needs at a price you can afford, all from the comfort and safety of home, with the new Build Your Own tool at 21stcenturyequipment.net.
Having windows and patio doors installed by Renewal by Andersen is literally a red carpet experience. We treat your home like it is ours. We focus on the details. Renewal by Andersen windows and patio doors fit right, they keep the outside out, our 20-year warranties and great financing options are second to none. Our installers are very well-trained local experts at proper installation. Renewal by Andersen windows and patio doors, great products installed by great people. Contact us. Let's talk about your project.
Hydrozen. Unplug and recharge. What is Hydrozen? It's total body relaxation. It's total body recharge. It's floating weightless on water. Floating your aches, pains, stresses, and worries away. Hydrozen is a revolutionary new therapy using Epsom salt saturated water as a way to relax and rejuvenate your body. And it's now available in Scottsbluff. It is for most ages and has many benefits to the mind and body. Visit hydrozenfloat.com or call us at 308-63-FLOAT.
Welcome back. Unified Command confirms 34 new COVID cases in the Panhandle since last reporting last Monday. The new cases include 17 in Scottsbluff County, 6 in Cheyenne County, 4 in Sheridan County, 3 in both Dawes and Morrill counties, and 1 new case in Kimball County. Additionally, Panhandle public health officials say that the Pfizer vaccine will be ready to be administered in the Panhandle within the next few weeks. Well, Nebraskans who have tested positive for coronavirus antibodies in the last 3 months are no longer required to quarantine if they get exposed to the virus again, but they'll still have to wear a mask in public. A Nebraska Department of Health and Human Services administrator says the agency plans to update its public health requirements this week to match new guidance from the U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. Previously, people who were exposed to the virus were required by the state's health directives to self-isolate at least 14 days. And nearly 3,000 students who attend one of Nebraska's state colleges will be eligible for up to $3,000 in additional aid because of the coronavirus pandemic. Full-time students who attend Chadron, Wayne, or Peru state colleges during the 2021-2022 school year and who are eligible for federal Pell Grants will qualify to receive the money that is part of the federal stimulus bill that was approved last month. The Nebraska State College system expects to receive more than $14 million from the federal government, with half of the money earmarked for students and the other half to go to the colleges. Well, coming up after the break, Chabella Guzman in with a check-in on Ag News. She'll have that in just 90 seconds.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny.
That's 'cause it's mine.
Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard.
It's perfect for me.
This bed is way too soft.
Just what I needed. This bed is just right.
So come on over to Leaf Heads.
This year, W2 means we double. Reganis Auto Center will double your down payment on any pre-owned vehicle on their lot. Turn $500 into $1,000. Turn $1,500 into $3,000. Use that money to get out of your lease or a vehicle you owe too much on, or to lower your monthly payment. For a limited time only, double your down payment only at Reganis Auto Center on East Overland and East 27th Street in Scotts Bluff. Your volume discount dealer.
In boots, new and old, you've walked the rows of life, a fence length of time. You fought the floods, snow, and sweltering heat, and lifted breathing and settled pain. With a smile and a cry, you've strengthened your community and future generations. Sometimes with nothing to say. Often can't say enough. Like, let me do it again.
This is KNEB.TV Ag News from the FNBO Ag Desk. FNBO, the great big small bank.
The On-Water Conference was held April 9th at the Gering Civic Center. Dennis Strow, General Manager for the Pathfinder Irrigation District and a coordinator for the event, says the Bureau of Reclamation filled the irrigators in on the water availability in the North Platte River Reservoir System.
But March snowfall in the mountains gave us a great boost. We are still tracking below average, but it was a great improvement. So consequently, right now, their forecast is for a full irrigation supply for this year. I would caution people, this is still a forecast. Things can change. We need to continue to get some moisture and snow in the mountains through the month of April to finish that snowpack. But generally, we heard some good news. They're forecasting well over the 1.1 requirement, million acre foot requirement. So we're seeing some good news this morning. We hope that continues.
Along with the water update, growers also heard more on drought conditions in Nebraska and across the High Plains region. Both are expected to mainly remain in a persistent drought, which could create problems for growers down the road.
We're probably going to encourage our users to conserve as best they can. If they have an opportunity to shut down their irrigation for a period because they get a little bit of rain or whatever, we're going to try to react with them and conserve that water and keep it in storage because, with a drought going on, we know our water usage probably will be high. And we're just over the edge as far as water supply. They're projecting 1.3 million acre foot roughly, and that's a projection. So.
The conference also included a climate outlook through the summer and an update on what is going on with construction, funding, and more on the Fort Laramie Canal Tunnels 1 and 2.
In boots, new and old, you've walked the rows of life, a fence length of time. You fought the floods, snow, and sweltering heat, and lifted breathing and settled pain. With a smile and a cry, you've strengthened your community and future generations. Sometimes with nothing to say. Often can't say enough. Like, let me do it again.
The Verizon family is full of frowns because they're spending too much for their unlimited data and phones, while the Viero family is all smiles because they're getting 4 lines of unlimited data with 2 free Apple iPhone SE for mom and dad and 2 free LG K31 smartphones for the kids, all for just $100 a month. They're saving so much, they're able to get Fido. Find out how you can too at Viero.com or your nearest Viero store. Viero Wireless, keeping you connected.
When it comes to helping local folks with the loans and financial advice they need, we don't horse around. Our only goal is to help you and your family achieve your financial goals with the right loans and savings products. So if you want to bank with people that care about you and your financial needs, stop by or give us a call. First State Bank, We're big on you. Member FDIC. Online at fsbcentral.com.
Well, let's take a look what's happening on today's community calendar. That's a look at today's community calendar, brought to you by First State Bank, honoring those who give back. Nominate your community champion at fsbcentral.com.
Western CPAP Supply has earned an impeccable professional reputation within the Wyoming and Western Nebraska region. Helping you get a good night's sleep is our passion. Our amazing team understands sleep disorders from a personal and professional level. We use CPAPs and BiPAPs too, and sometimes it just helps to work with people who share common ground. Our accredited CPAP supply company is approved by Medicare and Medicaid and is in network with every major insurance company in the region. Western CPAP Supply. We're here to help.
At Platte Valley Bank, we offer loans with competitive rates and quick decisions from our experienced lenders. Our team works hard to get to know you and your business. From ag to auto, home loans, and everything in between, we're here to help. Stop by Platte Valley Bank or apply online to find the loan that is right for you today.
And finally tonight, the effects of last month's rain and snowstorms have forced the city of Gering to greenlight a $250,000 road project. City Administrator Pat Heath says the saturated rain made the city's two normal snow dump sites inaccessible, so they pivoted to Pioneer Trail just east of Oregon Trail Park.
We knew the road was in very poor shape, so we knew it may not hold up through the snow or through all the traffic, and it did not. We pretty much destroyed the road. And so we looked at options of asphalt and concrete and chose concrete.
Last night's bid of $279,000 went to Infinity Construction, and Heath says with the Pioneers season starting next month, they'll be running on a tight deadline. He says the expected life of the new concrete road is about 30 years. Well, that does it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe out there. We'll see you here next time.